This is Takara, a 34-year-old female Icelandic orca. She is currently living at SeaWorld San Antonio. She is well known for being the matriarch of the San Antonio pod and notable for giving birth to several famous calves. Takara was born on July 9, 1991 in SeaWorld San Diego to Icelandic female Kasatka and Icelandic male Kotar. Shortly after her birth, Takara was introduced to two other females in the park, Corky II and Orchid. Katara had a very close attachment to her mother. It was reported that Kasatka would become more irritable towards trainers after the birth of Takara and would even become very upset if Takara was not beside her. As Takara got older and due to her mother being the matriarch, she became more dominant and would displace the other whales. In orca society, the matriarch and her daughters are respected, meaning that Takara was well respected by the others. In 1999, Takara's mother, Kasatka, was artificially inseminated with sperm from an Icelandic male orca named Tilikum. She made history for being the first orca to successfully conceive through artificial insemination. Shortly after this, Takara was also artificially inseminated with Tilikum's sperm and became pregnant. In 2001, Kasatka would give birth to Takara's half-brother, Nakai, and Takara was present with her mother during the birth. In orca society, daughters are taught to raise calves by their mothers by helping raise younger siblings. And in May 2002, Takara gave birth to a female calf named Kohana, and Takara was an excellent mother to her, thanks to the help of Kasatka. Sadly, on April 24, 2004, Takara would be permanently separated from her mother when Takara and Kohana were moved to SeaWorld Orlando. In the wild, orca mothers and daughters are known to remain closely together to help raise their calves, and this separation was very distressing for both Takara and Kasatka. It was reported that Kasatka emitted loud, high-stress vocalizations in an attempt to call out for her daughter. They never saw each other again. At SeaWorld Orlando, Takara would be introduced to 7 other orcas: Tilikum, Katina, Kalina aka Baby Shamu, Taima, Taku, Ikaika, and Skyla. Takara often clashed with Kalina, the matriarch at Orlando, as the two fought for dominance. Though not all whales were aggressive towards Takara, a young male named Taku became close with Takara, and soon after Takara became pregnant with his offspring. On November 23, 2005, Takara gave birth to her second calf, a male named Trua. Just like Takara, Kohana was present during the birth of her half-brother. However, Kohana could not properly learn how to raise a calf from her mother, since shortly after Trua's birth, Kohana, along with Skyla, would be moved to Loro Parque in early 2006. The consequences of this separation proved true when Kohana would later go on to reject her own calves, Adon and Victoria, something that would have been prevented had Kohana had the chance to learn from her mother. In summer 2008, Takara and Trua gained some notability when they appeared on the show Fetch with Ruffman. Later that year, Takara also became very close with Tilikum, the oldest male at the park, and would become pregnant with her second calf from him. That same year, SeaWorld began to wean Trua from his mother by separating them for longer periods of time. This was because Takara was being prepared to move to SeaWorld San Antonio. However, Takara and Trua did not take this well, and, like her mother, Takara would repeatedly emit loud vocalizations for her son. In February 2009, Takara was moved to San Antonio, leaving little 2-year-old Trua behind. At SeaWorld San Antonio, Takara took over as the matriarch, though not without a fight from the dominant male in the park, an Icelandic male named KWUCT. After chasing and raking KWUCT all over and over, he eventually submitted to her. On January 7, 2010, Takara gave birth to her third calf, a female named Sakari. Very shortly after Sakari's birth, Takara was artificially inseminated for the second time, this time with sperm from a lone Argentinian orca from Mundo Marino named Shemek. Takara would have a miscarriage from the first procedure, so she was artificially inseminated with his sperm for a second time and would become pregnant. On December 6, 2013, Takara gave birth to her fourth calf, an Icelandic-Argentinian hybrid female named Kamea. In 2016, SeaWorld announced the end to their orca breeding program, a decision that arose from the significant controversy from the 2013 film Blackfish. However, they also announced that Takara was pregnant with the calf that was sired by KWUCT. Takara gave birth to her fifth and final calf, a female named Kiara, on April 19, 2017. Kiara's birth gained international attention as she was the final captive orca to be born at a SeaWorld park. After Kiara's birth, Takara spent all of her time with all three of her daughters. Sadly, little Kiara would fall very ill with pneumonia and passed away at only 3 months old on July 24, 2017. And just last year, on June 19, 2025, Kamea passed away at only 11 years old. Takara was reportedly very vocal after the death of Kamea. Since last year, she has been paired with her only daughter, Sakari, and the two remain very close. Today, Takara remains active and reportedly enjoys interacting with guests in up-close tours. She is easily identifiable by her signature brown birthmark on her chin. She is also known to be very creative and enjoys keeping herself busy. Takara is an individual who has experienced unimaginable loss, from being separated from her mother and calves and losing 2 of her calves. Yet she remains active and determined, indicating her immense strength.